Hello from the Yarn Closet in St. David, Arizona. What is going on? I can't quite see my screen, but I'll try to talk up because there are dishes cleaning in the background. I know it's been a while. We moved to the hobby farm a couple months ago. There's a lot of stuff going on. I don't know why they call it a hobby farm, because you have no time to do your hobby. It is the hobby. Yarn Closet AZ is what I am on Instagram. I have Patreon over there called The Yarn Closet with a lot of free downloads of patterns for knitting, crocheting, loom knitting, what to do with a sock tube, and possibly some flat machine knitting. Oh, that's what I was going to do. I was going to wear it. What am I thinking? People. Gravy Batman. Well, we're going to have to move to a secondary location. But first I'm winding up this yarn. This Cotton Merino Classic. I got it from Hobby. It's a 50-50. I'm hooked. I just made a cropped sweater in it. I made it entirely on the knitting board. I have an LK150, which means it's a 6.5 millimeter gauge. So I can do anything from fingering to worsted. And if I want to use every other needle, I could go up to an Aran or a bulky, I suppose. But then I would have less needles to work with. So I made this sweater. I'll get to it in a minute because we have to go in the other room for that. I have knitting. Shockingly, I have knitting. See this? I used 2 strands of fingering weight Happy Valley, I believe it is, from Knit Picks. Just a little shorty. Guess what? Yes, I just took them out of my to wash pile. Let's see. Let's see if we can make this clear. What has happened during COVID? I'm having tension issues, people. I'm having tension issues. Absolutely same stitch count, the whole 9 yards. And they're 2 different sizes. So that means they can't be a gift. And then this, honestly, I totally thought that I had done another hat with this gauge stitch count business. And somehow this is like baby hat size. So I'm having a hard time completing it. It's insane. All right, so we'll take a little walk through the new house. Did you see this part? Look, I did the stick-on tile. Yes, it's plastic. It sticks on. I love it. Who cares? We took these cupboard doors out and we made a coffee bar. Fabulous. Yesterday we built a 10 by 10 metal shed. That was also fabulous, but not good for our marriage while we were trying to build it. It was a challenge. Do you need help?
Let's just say this is an essay lesson thing.
Okay, get it started and I'll help you in a few minutes. This is not going to be a long podcast.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of yarniness.
Oh.
So here we go, people. Can you even see? Here, I'll open this.
Oh yeah, Mom. I
What?
did 2 things on Friday.
Oh, okay, you did 2 of Friday's things? Then you can let this go until tomorrow if you'd like.
Thank you. Thank you, Mom. And I saved this thing.
Okay, that's wonderful.
Now I can log out, right?
Yep,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Hey podcasters.
You can X out
If
of
you
that.
want to see if my mom is the best.
Come here.
She's been taking
Go.
care of me ever since I was little.
That's what moms do.
In fact, for half of my life, I didn't have a father to live with.
Yep.
So she was the only one I could talk to.
You know, there's a lot of kids like that.
Yeah.
I know. Okay, go with your ice hat, Mr.
Yeah.
So here's the crazy thing.
Mom's awesome.
Thank you, honey. I love you too. Here's the crazy thing about this. I made it on one of my machines. I have two LK150s because
All hail the mom.
all hail the mom. Go. And I love this yarn. This cotton merino. Oh my God. I'm going to have to buy a bunch more. I just can't. I can't. But I want to. Because it's like a weight of something that I'd actually wear in Arizona. I didn't intend to make it cropped. It's cropped because sweater math lies. I swatched and I don't know what happened with my row gauge. Did I count it wrong because of my eyesight? Probably. Did I forget to flip my counter? I think so. So I actually think the front and back panels are slightly different sized. But hold on, we'll maybe check that. But really it was the sweater math lied. But now I have a crop sweater. They're the in thing this year.
Cat alert.
Yes, sir. Your cats?
No, Fluffy.
Are they a bunch of them or just Fluffy on the chaise?
Fluff, I just looked at this video and I saw that Fluffy has been out there
For a long time.
ever since 11:44.
Here, let me have your phone.
Ever since 11:44.
I know. Let me have your phone. We'll show the people. Okay. So this is, can you see this? This is the side door off of
Let me.
the wood shop. Stop.
Sorry, let me show them. Okay.
I'm good. We have barn cats. I put a chaise out there. There's a couple of cat houses behind there. Now they just lounge on the chaise most of the time.
The mom does.
Yes. Okay, cool. Thanks, honey.
Wait. Mom?
Honey, not right now. Not right now.
There were two cats on there.
Yes, there were. One of her babies.
Wow. So the babies are trusting us.
So the other day, my mom was at the thrift store because, you know, she doesn't feel comfortable going to the other stores and, you know, she just has to get out. 2 skeins of plucky knitter, 4 skeins of a wool silk blend, although they're 50 grams, some eco wool. Hold on. These were $6 a piece and they're 250 gram skeins. I got 2 of this color and 1.5 of this color. I don't know how I'm gonna wind them. I got some Reynolds Rapture. It is it's a DK to worsted. That's the silk blend. And then for $6, 2 of these plucky knitters in green. I know my light is sucky here, but deal with it. Because this is as good as we're gonna get, people, as good as we're gonna get. I was thinking, I've been encouraged. Oh, she also got some $3 for a bunch of these. There was more, but there were other people digging through it, so that's all she got. He wants to be a podcaster. was encouraging me to do like an Instagram shop. And I was thinking about it. But then I talked to some other Instagram shop people that I actually buy from, like Refound Goods. And you have to have a pretty decent inventory, and things have to be turning over. So I would really have to be cranking out some stuff on the machines. I mean, look at these seams. Everything was done on the machine. So I started at the bottom, and apparently they are the same size. Okay, so I at least got that right. So I started at the bottom, went down, 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 bound off, in the next row, cast on, did the back. Then it's a flat long piece, so I attached the sleeve in a rectangle, knit the sleeve, did the same thing, knit this sleeve, and then seamed on the machine up the middle, up the underarm. If you want to see what that looks like. And I'm so excited because I don't like seaming, so even if I hand knit things, there's a potential that I'll be seaming them on the machine. Because you can hand manipulate the machine. You do a lot of things by hand. I'm hand manipulating the knits and purls. So these are what the seams look like. This is a bit thick, so I tend to do, for this kind of thing, I tend to do, this one is thin because I'm just casting on and working the sleeve down. But then here, I've got a full stitch from each side, and then I work a row of stitches, and then I cast off, and when I cast off, it's kind of like a Jenny's. I knit one stitch off, knit a stitch, knit one stitch off, knit a stitch. So there's kind of like an extra stitch knit in between, so it's flexible. And I did pretty good on the outside too. So yeah, I'm very excited. Very excited. I find this much easier than the sock machines. Although I love sock tubes, I find this much easier. I think I'm going to be learning, because there are ways to make socks on here and to literally finish it as you're making it. I'm just learning so much more and doing so much more, but I just don't have the time. With school for the 2 kids and with trying to do all this stuff, it's crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, I love this sweater. And I decided not to do the Instagram shop. I had a number of things that I could have put up there, but I ended up donating them to a garage sale cause. And now I'm just trying to figure out what yarn to use next. How am I going to cake this up? I love it. Because I could get like 1.5 of these and 2 of those. I could definitely do some sweater business. I found that this was so much easier to use working the seams because it was cotton and wool. I also did one that was just wool, and it's like a sport weight. And it curled a little bit more than I wanted to. I don't think the seams are as nice. But if it gets cold like it's supposed to here, we're having a heat wave again in the middle of October, I'll get to wear some stuff. But I'm also realizing that with all these mandalas, some of them flow color-wise, so I might make some really big squares and just seam them together. for blankets, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, because I don't actually love the mandala unless I could figure out a way to make a really long, thin scarf, like some of those other ones I made earlier in the year. And maybe I'll do that. I don't know. I don't know. How much yardage is in one of these things? Ah, it's 150 grams, 590 yards. Yeah, I could definitely do that. Now I'm thinking. Okay, I'm gonna think about that. You look with your heart first, and that's it.